2 heats qualifying. A little late today, gonna get right into the race here at IRP with EIRCA Late Model Stock League. Week 6 for them. I'm joined here with Alex Hillman. Alex, it looks like from the heats that we watched, it looks like this is gonna be quite the exciting race.
Two lines forming. You got the high line, and then you have that kind of mix of the low and medium, kind of putting your car right on that white line. It's a fun track to race. I've done it a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's just because these guys were racing really hard in the heats, or it looked like we had those two lines like you were talking about, but we were also talking how tire wear might become a problem depending on where you're running.
Yeah, I did a couple practice laps at the start of practice, and it seemed like if you drive it too hard, you're going to chew them up pretty fast. And it'd be interesting to see what happens when your right front decides that it no longer wants to be a tire.
Yeah, I mean, these guys do have some tires to use, so they have that at their disposal. So we'll kind of see if they end up using them, or if it's going to be, if you could stay out and win like we saw Zapata do last week.
I think it's going to be kind of like a, best thing I guess to do it is about 1.5 miles. Where yes, you can burn up your tires and stay in the lead, pit, have a big enough gap to pit, but it's that tire saving at the end of the race is where it's going to get you. Where they save their tires the whole time and just push through the field, where the rest of the field's struggling.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what is it? I mean, I think Zapata's strategy that he used last week is going to work again if everybody else pits. I think if you have a split strategy, it's going to be a little weird. But if it comes down to the end and you got 20 laps and you don't take tires, I think you're going to have a shot at winning it.
It also depends how many cautions we have.
That's true. I think if we get a long green flag run, like 80 laps in, then a caution, I think you're going to want to take tires. Someone might gamble and try it, but I don't think it'll work at that point. That's a lot of laps on tires, especially with how much we saw him pushing during just the 12-lap heats.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you get the caution, with there only being about 10 cars on track, it'd be worth taking the tires, because you can just save that little bit more in the back than you can in the middle of the pack or the front of the pack. And then with 20 to go, you can just push all out and you'll still have some tire left.
Yeah, his warm-up comes to a close here. Only 6 seconds left here. A couple guys still out on track. Got Kevin Stanley, Evan Mueller, Jay LeGrave, a new name this week. We are assuming he's related to Sean LeGrave. Someone we've had have good speed so far. Had really good speed in his heat.
Let's pull up those qualifying results if we have them, or grid position. I really don't know how heat racing, how that honestly works.
I don't think we can. We'll just have to go off of this since we have heats. We don't have
that
it. So we'll
sounds good.
We'll use this. Starting first, Charles Irwin on pole. Second, Jonathan Casebeer. Third, Javier Zapata. Fourth, Jeffrey Smith. Fifth, Austin Belkey. Sixth, John LeGrave. Seventh, Kevin Stanley Jr. Eighth, Evan Mueller. And ninth, Jay LeGrave, taking up the back of the field.
Yep, as they are gridding up now, we have access to track temps.
And you know that. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. I was gonna say, I mean, they were practicing in the heats, practice heats, qualifying, all that the sun was still out a little bit. I'm guessing the track temp is down. We see it here at 75 degrees. I'm guessing it was closer to 80. I'm guessing when the sun was starting to set, so track definitely a little bit different. Even then the warm-up, the sun was still a little bit out, but now it's complete darkness. As you look on board the cockpit, you can see it's dark out.
Yes. very dark, and yeah, my guess would be it probably is a little colder, which will be a little nicer on the tires. Still have to be careful with your wheel angle though. Not just turn in and turn in and turn in just because the car won't turn. As they are coming out for the pace lap, I think we're only going to have one here, or maybe two with them being spread out.
Just putting it back, we'll see.
Oh, nope, it is only one. Lights are off on the pace car. As here we go to the green flag.
Well, if the pace car better be racing if we're going green here.
Oh, well,
It
lights
lied.
are off. And
Good Jay LeGrave holding the back of the field. Bud Light on that car. Not sure what else is on it. RC. RC Speedway.
Monster.
Nice looking car. Stands out.
Because sometimes being in the back is not a terrible thing. You kind of see wrecks happening. You can save your tires a little more.
Especially being new to the league, you get to learn a little bit about people, but pace car this time is off. Charles Owen, our leader. They get into the restart zone. Irwin gets a jump here. Case-Beer side by side on the outside.
It's weird. Too wide everywhere you can look right now. It does look like Irwin is going to keep the lead on that inside line. Pulls in front of Case of Beer. Same as the 07 of...
07. It looks like Javier Zapata in the wrong number tonight.
Tonight.
Back here, Sean LeGrave Doran a little bit. The 24, Belkey there. Oh! The 37 in the wall.
2 in the wall.
Looked like he got real loose on corner entry and just went up into the 79.
That's one thing about these cars is you get loose, it kind of just loses all grip. There's no, it's hard to save it on these small tracks also. See, it does, well, like there's a couple guys struggling with the rear end of that car tonight.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, we've seen him push tight during the heats, but I mean, you still got to save that the rear tires. You got to save both ends of the car tonight.
Well, I think the big thing is you have such a colder track temp now. That will play a difference on how fast those tires heat up and how much rear grip you will have going out of the corner.
As we see Mueller taking a look at the inside of Kevin Stanley. Not quite going to make the move. Sean LeGrave, I think, right now looks the best right now. Really wrapping the bottom really well, getting a good run through the center of the corner.
Yeah, he's hasn't really had any loose moments. He's kind of been consistently around that bottom to mid lane.
Kind of same song with different dance here. We got Irwin leading this field. Look, he got a little bit loose there. Oh, right there, yeah.
Oh, into the
They're all
wall.
struggling, all falling in line into the wall. But yeah, just like last week, leading the race was really dominant last week. You see Case-Beer starting to close in a little bit after that little slip up.
The only benefit of these short tracks being in the lead is you control the pace. You can slow down and just kind of keep up with keep Casey Beer behind you, or you can speed up and gap the field. And since once these tires get a little older, it's gonna be harder to wrap that bottom to defend. So you can kind of just pull up to the high lane and kind of just rip it and stay in front of the guy who's trying to pass you.
Yeah, I mean,
And kind of say a hope and a prayer that he doesn't slide into you.
it looks a lot like Stafford. In terms of it's going to be hard to pass, it's not as much just bottom lane dominant. It looks like you can run either top or bottom to kind of make your speed, but still making passes is going to be really hard. So far, only one position has changed. Sean LeGrave up one spot over Belkey, but I think that's just from the restart.
It looked like
As he looks to the inside with Smith here. He's just not able to get
And
the
back.
power down.
Yeah, now to get power down. Kazbak's out there doesn't to float up into him and turn him as we are about to hit lap 10. Come up here. So we are now a tenth of the way through this race.
Take a look on board with some of these guys. Third place right here, Javier Zapata, last week's winner. See just how much off throttle time they have. Usually these cars are quick off, quick on throttle, but here with the flat corners, you gotta be off throttle quite a bit.
Let's take a look at Irwin and see the difference real quick.
Hold on, we gotta starting to heat up a little bit back here. Looks like Jeffrey Smith kind of holding up this little bit here. Is Grave trying to make the pass, just gets loose. And it's pulling in Belkey.
That is the danger of battling. You can have a half-second gap, and that will disappear very quickly going side by side.
And you see just how hard it is to pass. I think we can definitely tell Smith is slower. 3 wide now.
As Smith got on the wall, actually, there.
He's going to lose all his spots.
Yeah, that's the dangers of these wonderful iRacing walls. Who you touch them, man, they just suck you in. There's no forgiveness. As he's in the wall again.
Yeah, and into the inside, Belkey. I was going to say, I wonder if LeGrave will start pulling away now. He looked quicker, but then Belkey got right to his bumper and made that pass really easy. That is the easiest pass we've seen all night.
LeGrave got a little loose out of the corner.
I think LeGrave's starting to struggle with his car a little bit.
Hey, just run that inside, trying to put the throttle down every time, trying to get past. Will chew up the tire.
I see him running all the way up at the wall. It's not really working for him.
I have a Stanley all the way down on the apron.
Oh, Mueller gonna send it in on him.
Whoa! Looks like they're gonna keep it straight though, but we are basically that is a unfortunate event for both the 96 of Smith and the 18 of
Let's see what's
LeGrave. Oh, contact. About to turn each other into the infield.
Let's take a look on board what Smith sees. See what he's struggling with.
We look at his wheel inputs. If you remember from watching Zapata, Smith is doing a little bit more turning wheel angle.
Oh, almost gets into the back of the 37. Had a lift there, and it's going to hurt. Sean LeGrave going to be the biggest loser out of all that. Now getting passed by the other LeGrave in the field. Jay LeGrave going to run him up the track. Door banging.
Keep it straight. And they're still side by side going into it.
Jay LeGrave going to make the pass. Sean LeGrave looking for the crossover.
I got a little loose out of the corner. It's going to kill that overspeed he had.
Jump back up near the front. K-Spear starting to fall back from Irwin now. We saw him starting to pull him in, but Irwin really found his groove, and Zapata now all over the back bumper at K-Spear.
All over, but let's see what Zapata can do here, because it looks like K-Spear is running that kind of bottom line, which we've seen kind of be the passing lane so far tonight. That outside line is...
Man, he's following.
You can get the...
He's following right in his tracks. Like, he's not offsetting at all. He's not really looking to pass at the moment.
Don't want to blame him. I mean, that means you can lift earlier, save a little bit of fuel, save a little bit of tire also, just taking a slower entry. Looks like the rest of the field has kind of just fallen in line now, but they do have a 3-second gap to third place now.
Yeah, this is that gap that we see on board. I mean, this is a whole straightaway back from the leaders to fourth place.
That is quite a large gap.
Break away from this pass happening now. Smith getting into the 37 a little bit.
37 kind of closes the door on him on the inside there.
And we did see Smith look like he was oh, Jay LeGrave in the wall hard. He's got that right front damage. I wonder if he already has some wheel damage. You saw him earlier kind of sliding out of every single corner. I think he's used his rears quite a bit here.
Yeah, especially if you got that tire damage or wheel damage.
Yeah, he's doing that every corner where he slides the rears. on the exit, and I think it's starting to catch up to him. Is Jeffrey Smith not done with this pass? Wants it back.
Yes. You can see they're running two different lines. So Smith always has the more speed coming out of the corner.
He's gonna get to his inside.
As Mueller hits the wall and it slows him down. And Smith now takes the inside line. Mueller going right up to his bumper. And has to lift.
I think Mueller had the lift there.
He might have had to touch a brake, honestly. He had tons of speed. As Mueller looks back to the inside. Owen lifts a little bit to keep the car straight.
As this battle concludes, we've got Javier Zapata going to the inside of Case Beer.
And as Case Beer is able to eke out just enough where Zapata can fall back in line.
And this is what Charles Irwin wants to see. He wants this battle to go on, starting to gap a little bit.
They just have to be careful of basically falling all the way back to Belky, and
it's a big gap, but I mean,
Irwin then has a 3-second lead on the race.
Yeah, and I mean these guys driving pretty respectful. I mean some pretty big haymakers being thrown. Mueller down pit road. But I mean they're being pretty respectful. All being said. So I don't know if we're going to see a caution. I mean, I think these guys have to pit once for fuel at least.
Possibly, but I know.
I think they limited the
see how many.
fuel, but I don't know how far they can go. It might have been right on the money. I do know they're not going to be pitting if they don't. Like, tires take too long. You're not going to gain that advantage. The Javier Zapata now, they're starting to catch Irwin a little bit, about a 10th than they were a few laps ago.
Yeah, but Irwin did leak out that gap, almost 3/10.
CJ LeGrave tried to clear himself.
And there is our caution we're talking about.
I saw the pass happen, and then I went to go look at it, and then, I mean, Jay LeGrave, I don't know. It seemed like he tried to clear himself, but...
There we go. There's the right camera angle. Is the pass
just barely clear, or not clear.
I think he would have been cleared if that little wiggle didn't happen.
We have a split decision. Charles Irwin stays out. Case Beer into pit, Zapata out, and this is a split decision. Two guys staying out, Javier Zapata and Charles Irwin. We'll see what these guys do for tires, if they're going to take 2 or 4.
Looks like Mueller is going to get a lap back.
You see everybody's right sides going up. Looks like they're all going to take left sides.
The left?
Yep.
So I'm watching the pace car. They're coming in the 3, and then the Irwin is coming down the pit road now.
Huh. I wonder if they just missed pit open. Charles Irwin and Zapata. So they just missed...
Beer might have gotten a cut by... just slow exit. Get passed by both Zapata... Or not Zapata, Bulky and LeGrave.
Yeah, these guys just must have missed pit open, didn't know it was open.
We had a race this week, mile that was that way. Good old Bristol with the single pit road entry. Would open for about half the field and be closed for the other half.
Yeah. I want to go see. I'm going to go back, if I can quickly, for these guys. When did the caution come, or when did they catch the pace car? Oh, they're in front of the pace car. They would have had to stop. That's what it is.
Ah.
So if they wanted to pit, they would have to stop on the backstretch to go in.
That is unfortunate, as Casey Beer is now your new leader.
Yeah, I mean, well, Charles Irwin, I thought he came down pit road. How's he second?
Believe.
Pace car is in. We're going. We're going. This
Yep,
single
we're
file.
going green.
All right.
Single file.
Nope, they're doubling up. Here we go. Case Beer's our leader.
We are green.
Oh, very even start for these leaders, side by side. Oh!
Oh, and they're wrecking already.
That was a huge hit for Kevin Stanley Jr. That car spun around quick. Take a look at what happened here. He gets going. He blinks out, comes back, and he's just... nothing these guys can do. It's... On Smith's screen, he's just gone, and then he comes back right in front of him. Really unfortunate.
Fortunate.
But Jay LeGrave, Evan Mueller, a lap down. I don't know if they'll get their lucky dog. They might have been part of that. Irwin going to come down pit road. Same with Jeffrey Smith. I think Jeffrey Smith had some damage from that. Or is at least going to check on the damage.
I wonder if Irwin only took fuel only.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what he did, trying to just get back. Oh, gonna miss his box. Gonna take left sides here. I think he might have just taken right sides. And
right there. That is what it seems.
Yep. But
of course, a little more special fuel.
Yeah. But up front, Jonathan Casebeer, the leader, and Sean LeGrave, our biggest mover so far in the day, doing a really good job. Still struggling there in the middle of that run, but made his way back up the second here with pit cycles.
Yeah, with that pit cycle of this immediate caution and then guys coming down for damage repair and left side, that's going to bump up one more position.
That'll be interesting. It looks like Sean LeGrave has some really good speed. I mean, Casebeer has been just kind of consistent with lap times. Doesn't seem like he's fallen off or really coming back at the end of a run. So it'll be interesting to see how Sean LeGrave lines up with a longer run. And Belke seemed like he was really coming to life there at the end of that. So this really shakes up the field. I mean, our front few guys just aren't really part of the equation anymore.
Yeah, it's they've all had pretty good speed. It's just the second you start battling, it just backs up the whole field.
Yeah, we saw that with Smith's falling off. They just backed up those guys, and then once they got around, they started taking off.
As I believe the lights are off. Yes, space car in this time.
So it looks like we're gonna go single file this time because they didn't get back around to one lap. Green is out.
We are green again.
Good jump from Casebeer.
Good jump from the 8 also. Or the 07. It's like 24 is going to be able to hold that off.
Jay LeGrave in the wall back there. Still has
Does
some
not look like he's able to get all that damage fixed, so he might be struggling with that front diffuser damage, getting the car to turn. As we are back single file racing.
Yeah, it's going to take a few. Oh, I thought the 24 was going to really send it. Oh, he's there.
Pretty.
Nope.
Cuts back up.
These guys are really packed up right now. These guys really don't have any room to play.
So 7 gets a little nose in.
I don't think the 07 really had a chance or a choice. They were so single file on a train that he didn't really have room to break.
Yeah, with that cutting up, you go down to the bottom, then you cut back up. That is a kind of a dangerous game to play,
He's
honestly.
making it work right now, though.
Let's see if he can get the pass made
For a
by...
second, gonna clear.
Just gonna clear in, pulls up in front of him.
He passed 2 cars there.
Yes, he did. Went from 4th to 2nd.
Zapata didn't seem to have great speed last week until he was out front with the old tires. I'll see if he can track down Caseberry, who already has a 3/4 of a second lead.
I think the benefit Caseberry is going to have here is he's right on that edge of where dirty air starts to affect you. So if Caseberry just watches his line and kind of puts his car where Zapata wants to run, I think that's going to help him not be able to catch as much and kind of keep him with that other pack.
You know what I think I'm seeing right now? I think I'm seeing Irwin and Belky being a lot faster than Legrave and Zapata right now, but they just can't get by him.
It's one of those that the outside is a good defense, but only for X amount of laps. After you get through those X amount of laps, it is basically you're holding on for dear life, hoping the car doesn't get in the wall on that right front.
You see Irwin just continuously on the inside of Belky, but just not being able to make that pass. And I think, it's really a battle who can get by Legrave right now. That's really what this battle is. They're not trying to pass each other, I think, as much as they're trying to find a way past the Grave.
I think it's more of up there goes 24 Bouquet to the inside, the 3 and 4, and it looks like he is going to get that pass made.
Irwin now
Irwin's
trying.
going to fall through.
He's not going to be able to make it. This is going to be a huge advantage to Belky. You see that's brought Jeffrey Smith in the background up to this fight. As Zapata now starting to catch up to Casebeer. This battle still rages on.
Looks like he wants to slide up. He can now. Looks like he's going to thin that inside on Smith. And Smith floats up and pushes Graven up towards the wall.
I'm going to give him that spot. As now up front, Javier Zapata has caught Casebeer. And Casebeer, actually, the Casebeer pit? Yeah, Casebeer pit.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see what Zapata can do on Casebeer here.
He caught him quick. I mean, at first, Casebeer was up to a 3/4 of a second lead. Gonna turn inside.
Can you make it stick?
Ooh, he uses him up. He's gonna lose the momentum though. Gonna have to fall back in line.
The danger Casebeer has to watch out here for is this is a very flat track. Ripping that outside to keep the speed up, to keep in front of him, it's gonna overheat that right front.
Well, what I'm noticing is the same thing with Zapata. He's really diving deep into these corners. That's gonna put a lot of heat into that right front. See how much deeper he's just driving it into the corner.
The only benefit Zapata has is you can dive it in. You just have to, if you get it broke down enough, you're not really going to hurt yourself. As we are side by side into 1 and 2, I believe. Oh, yeah, 1 and 2.
In case we're able to just get that little bit of momentum on the outside, making it work, like you said, that outside is really good defense, but we'll see if we can keep it up.
Just how well can you manage tire tips?
Smith back there looking to the inside. Irwin not going to make the pass. And I think what we're seeing, Zapata has heated his tires just a little bit. You can see him running the top. I don't know if Casebeer made a mistake for him to catch him that quick, but that was a lot of time to gain in a short amount of time. as we just passed the halfway point.
I think Zapata is just that much quicker tonight on the long run. It's just that hard to pass here. Because, I mean, if we look at the 24 Bokeh, I mean, he's pulling away from the two guys behind.
Yeah.
He's got his gap almost up to a second now.
I think right now what Zapata's trying to do is get that entry, turn it down, and cross him over to get the inside in the next corner.
You just gotta stay even with that bumper to make that work.
K-Spear's kind of taking away that top entrance from Zapata. He was giving it to him. Now K-Spear slid up the track.
That's a good defense from K-Spear so far. He's just got to hold on to it for another...
You see right there, that's what scares me. Zapata didn't use the complete bottom there, and he still got to him. So I'm wondering if Zapata just wraps the bottom line just a little bit. I wonder if he can get up and side by side.
Oh, and then the also thing is, K-Spear now has been able to run that kind of high arc line, which is going to help your tires cool down a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. Which is going to give him a little bit more life when Zapata does go side by side to run that outside again.
Yeah, and you see Belkey now starting to get into this picture. I think K-Spear is not the quickest right now, and he's just slowing these guys down.
Well, that's the benefit of being in the lead. It's much harder. It's hard to pass, but you're there, so...
Yeah, Belkey right now definitely looking on at this battle, hoping a mistake happens as we see Zapata get to the inside. Right there is where he's a little bit better. That three-quarter mark, he's just able to get in the throttle just a little bit better than K-Spear. They're pretty even on entry, but it's right here where he's better. You see him just pull away.
K-Spear looks for the crossover and does, I think, pull it up, but does pull it off.
See even, and then right here we'll see if Zapata still has it. K-Spear gonna slide up. K-Spear doing everything to try and keep that lead. Gonna have to give it up here. Is Belkey now in his mirror.
Now, Irwin and them are only about 6 tenths off.
Yeah, this has pulled that whole field. I mean, top 5 almost within a second. Single file here. We'll take a run through the field. Javier Zapata in first, Jonathan K-Spear in second, third Austin Belkey, fourth Charles Irwin, fifth Jeffrey Smith, sixth Sean LeGrave, seventh Kevin Stanley Jr., eighth Evan Mueller, and ninth Jay LeGrave.
Yeah, it's been kind of a calm race since that first caution. I mean, we've had a couple guys pass, but nothing too crazy so far in this run, as we now have 36 to go.
Yeah, other than just now when we had that fight for the lead, there hasn't really been too much. I mean, a couple passes here and there, like you were saying, but nothing like we just saw. I think Zapata now wants to build that gap as much as possible, because right now Belkey's definitely just as quick, but struggling to get around K-Spear.
The benefit Zapata's going to have is, once again, passing puts heats in your tires. You're not able to take the optimal line. So even once he gets past K-Spear, his tires are going to be overheated. It's going to be hard to catch him.
This has been a really good battle for the past 10 to 20 laps, just kind of in the background to all these guys, but these guys running the same lane, and Jeffrey Smith just a little bit better on exit, but not able to do anything with it.
It's just one of those moments of, if you're good on the high side, it's hard to switch your line up to the inside and try to make the pass done. Especially if you've been running it all night.
Take a look, see if our track temp has changed at all. Weather 76, just up a degree, so not too much, not really going to affect the cars too much.
Oh no way, that will not affect it at all. Kind of a cold track here tonight though, which makes it always interesting racing.
Yep, and as we say that, Belky.
It's a case of, it's a case where it takes Belky all the way to the almost the grass.
Yeah. And it looks like Zapata's starting to fall back just a little bit here, I think.
Yeah, that gap was up to 6 cents, almost 7 tenths a couple laps ago.
These guys have cooled their tires a bit. I mean, I wonder if that's by design for Case Beer there. Once he got past, kind of just seeing the tires a little bit cooling down to make another run at it. So we definitely see him starting to catch.
Yeah, it's just Zapata was pushing. He might be trying to cool his own tires now, or
Right
it could
now,
be that.
What is it? Case Beer and Belky running about a 10th quicker that last lap. We'll see at the line what they run this time. At the line. Yeah, they're running about half a tenth quicker right now. So not much, but at a short track, those little gains are how you make your passes. Case Beer way down on the bottom. Gonna pull it down pit road.
You're spinning.
I wonder if this is a fuel thing? I don't see why he'd be
It would
pulling
have
off
to be.
pulling off here. Starting to make time on the leader, and this is an interesting call.
Man, you're right. They couldn't make it.
His last time on pit road, I'm not sure, but I don't know. Keep an eye on it.
So our leaders are now catching lap traffic.
He did a splash and go. He had to have. And that was a quick pit stop. And now Belky doesn't have to deal with Case Beer anymore. It's pulled right up to the back bumper of Zapata.
Let's see what Belky can do here. We saw everybody else kind of struggling to pass, and he was kind of played the patient game. Wait till you made a mistake and then pounce earlier in the race.
Yeah, but right now, what I'm seeing, Jeffrey Smith really quick. Catching this back group right now, running 2/10 to a tenth quicker than the leaders right now. Really good on this long run. If this runs green to the end, he's going to be the one.
This is kind of the go moment. I mean, you got 25 to go.
I am interested. The Grave down pit road, they must have to stop for fuel.
I think so. That's what it's looking like. Or do these guys save a little more than everybody else?
So this is going to come down to having a perfect pit stop. With how close everybody was, if you mess up at all, coming to pit road, Sean LeGrave coming down. And here comes Mueller. Mueller down.
That's Stanley car that has, and this car looks rough.
Yeah, he's been hitting the wall like crazy here. After that wreck, I don't think he was able to get it fixed really.
Almost half the tire showing on that one. Do some interesting aero effects there.
So we'll see. I mean, Case Beer pit first right now. See him on track running in completely clean air. Didn't take any tires, just a splash and go. And I mean, we're getting too late for these guys to take even just right sides while fueling for it to make a difference, I think.
Thing is, for Case Beer, is he has to pray for there's not a caution.
Yeah, caution will kill him and be a lap down.
And he would get his lap back.
Well,
a wave around.
Well, the thing is, he did a quick splash and go. He was only in there for a couple of seconds. If we get a caution, they might be able to save to the end and not have to pit and keep him a lap down.
That's true also. Or Smith, who kind of, to me, it seemed after seeing much BS now, it's kind of just sat there and save fuel for that whole first half stint, or second stint.
Right now, he's a 10th quicker. Like last lap, a 10th quicker. This time by pretty even just because he's right behind him. Can't go much quicker. But yeah, he's definitely the quickest car on track right now. Well, Case Beer is the quickest car on track right now. We're in 22.76. You guys are in 22.77. So really even, but K-Spear pitting from there and running that quick of laps. I mean, he's going to cycle to the lead if these guys have to pit with just that clean air. I mean, running now a tenth, more than a tenth quicker than those guys in clean air with these guys battling. So if these guys do have to pit, I think K-Spear is going to have the advantage.
Will have the advantage, but the only person I'd be worried about Smith. I mean, he's not looking to make a pass really anywhere so far.
The thing is, he is losing time now to K-Spear just because he's stuck. He's going to have to make the pass and start making lap time.
Well, if Smith can make it, or the dog make it, it won't matter, but
yeah.
So Smith, what I would bet, would have the best chance of making it, sending the draft the whole time. Yeah. And probably Beloki also, because they were in the draft, but Zapata's been leading for a long time.
Yeah.
Now.
And I wonder if that's kind of like Smith's idea, was to save some fuel. I mean, he didn't really seem to, I mean, he was battling pretty hard where Irwin gets loose there. Gonna get to the inside.
I have fun to race that way at Iowa. Save fuel, ran out of fuel at the line.
Belky's gonna let him by here. Belky's gonna let him go right on by. Yeah, Belky must be saving fuel. There's no way if you think you can make it to the end, you're gonna let him by that easy.
No, not for second place.
Especially with how hard it is to pass. Belky must be full save mode. Zapata definitely isn't. Because that time by, Belky ran almost 5/10 quicker. Like, he's way off the pace.
I think they're gonna take the gamble that hope the whatever fuel calculator they're using is correct. They're gonna start pushing again with 15 to go. As there is a pass for position for battle for position K-Spear and Stanley.
I don't think Stanley's pit yet, so I think that's just K-Spear getting by. Is what is happening there. I think Stanley's down on just speed from the car being damaged. Something I'm seeing right now is Zapata has turned it up. They were running 22.7s now. Jeffrey Smith and Javier Zapata running 22.6s, so they've turned it up. Now running faster than K-Spear by 2/10.
Yeah, as we're gonna come to 12 to go after this lap.
Yeah, and I mean, they ran an identical lap time last time by. Javier Zapata has found something that Smith obviously found before, and right now it's looking like Javier Zapata is on track to win 2 in a row if they don't have to pit.
Yeah, it's looking that way, and he's been kind of dominant. Oh, it gets in the wall there.
Not too bad, but you do that too many times.
That would be rear wheel damage, which I'd much rather have front end damage, honestly, personally. Yeah, he's been kind of the fastest guy on track all night, Javier Zapata. And Smith is now showing some speed, so he clearly was saving some stuff just for the end of this race.
Yeah, and to put it into perspective, Belky now close to 5, still 5/10 off, so I think he's in full save mode. It's interesting because that's a lot of fuel saving compared to these guys, who, I mean, really haven't slowed up that much. I mean, Zapata's been full go since the beginning, pretty much.
Yeah, he's been pushing the whole time, so I'm not wondering if his throttle application is a little different than everybody else, is saving that hair bit more each lap.
Something I've noticed with Javier Zapata after watching him for close to a year now is he likes to do some interesting things with strategy. So I wonder if he's going to run this as hard as possible to try and get a gap, come down and pit late with a few to go.
Potentially, but I don't think you'll be able to build up enough of a gap. I'm 24 if he saves enough for the end of the race.
These guys are running quick. They're running close to 2/10 quicker than the entire field, the front two. You can see those times just getting bigger and bigger. I mean, 4 seconds over just third place. I just don't know how they're going to make it.
Yeah,
If
be.
I don't,
Oh,
unless they all put the wrong amount of fuel in. I mean, Case Beer to pit that early. It was a splash and go, but I mean to give up that track position, it's it's baffling to be honest. I'm confused.
yeah, I am too a little bit. Not like case of beer to make a mistake like that.
But it
So I
wouldn't
am
have just
just
been
wondering
him
if.
because Mueller and LaGrave also had to come down pit road around the same time.
So I'm just wondering, are these guys is that much better saving at this almost 3/4 mile track?
We got 5 to go. I don't think they're gonna pit here at all. I mean, you think they would do it? I mean, Zapata now up to a 1 second gap to second place.
Well, if them running this fast, that means they're running 2/10 slower each lap at the beginning of the run. So I bet Zapata was just saving the whole time.
But right now, that lap
We
was
have a
2/10
car.
slower.
As Irwin had an issue, is now in the pits.
Rolling down pit road.
Oh,
Caution's out.
caution!
If they needed to come down for fuel, they just got the Hail Mary. I don't know what
Yes.
it came out for. I'm not seeing a crash. Do you know what it was for?
I'll back up mine real quick. See if I can't see it again. I saw it happening. I just don't remember what.
There's
Car
Irwin,
was.
but Irwin's already down pit road.
Oh, it was Smith into
You know,
Kevin Stanley.
I wonder if it was another blinking thing.
Well, that's the interesting thing is he blinks out after he gets hit. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Did they
yeah.
ever get in the?
I mean, he's just slow on track, and Jeffrey
Mhm.
Smith goes right into him. I'm not sure what that was about, but we got guys on pit road here. Belkey down pit road. He must have been short on fuel, but Javier Zapata, Jeffrey Smith both staying out. We'll go on board with these guys, see if they're shutting the car off or anything here. Zapata sounds like the car is still on.
Let me go on board with him real quick.
Jeffrey Smith's car is definitely off. Jeffrey Smith's car is off. Javier Zapata's isn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zapata's is running.
Smith going down
I
pit
think
road. He's out. He's sputtering. Javier Zapata, I don't know how he's gonna make it. He was running pretty hard. I guess he thinks he can make it. But Jeffrey Smith down pit road. It's gonna bring Jonathan Casebeer, I think, was our lucky dog.
Yes, Case Beer was lucky dog, so he will be sitting in
He's gonna be
fourth as
place.
long as Smith makes it to his pit box.
He's in his
And it
pit
looks like
box
he does
now.
without a toe, but without a toe would be the question.
Yep, he's got his tires. He's gonna take tires here, which is interesting. I mean, you might as well. I don't know what it's gonna do. Taking just right size fuel in the car.
So Smith is going to hold on to
fourth.
third place due to Case of Beer
Being
being
the lucky
dog.
Right, so Casebeer is going to have to fall. The Casebeer is all the way to the back. He's going to need a caution here to get back up through the field. But, I mean, Javier Zapata, once again with some kind of magical pit, or just strategy. It's not even a pit selection or pit call. Once again, opting to stay out just like last week. It has a chance to kind of steal the show tonight.
Yeah, that's quite amazing fuel saving if he's able to make it with that run out of fuel.
Yeah, I mean, Jeffrey Smith running just as quick as him had to pit there. I mean, pretty much running out. Belkey, I mean, was way, way short. But I think we're going to get going here as leaders come around turn
It
3.
looks like it's just going to be a two-car battle as Smith got held up at the rear.
Yeah.
So it'll be a
'cause he
two-car
entered a
battle for
closed pit
third
road.
and two-car battle for first.
Javier Zapata with a great jump here. Belky on the outside. The question is, does Javier Zapata have enough fuel? 2 to go. Belky looking inside, gonna send it in.
Bias has that amazing entry speed just to get clear of them every time. Let's here we go, white flag. Let's see if he has enough fuel. Let's see if Luke has anything for him. So he looks all the way down the apron.
He's gonna have to bump him if he's gonna make the pass. Gonna get inside. Gonna try it. Gonna get tight. Javier Zapata off turn 4. He's gonna win 2 weeks in a row after not pitting. Hard in the wall, Jay Gilgrave.
Oh, well, that was an interesting ending in the back of the field, by the way.
And we had some kind of crash happen back here.
It was something. It's like case we were getting a pack of Stanley.
Nah. But Javier Zapata, I mean, I can't say enough. I mean, just 2 weeks in a row, just schooling the field as a crew chief in the car.
Yes, as crew chief and
you know, tonight
showed a master class on fuel saving.
Tonight he had speed. Last week he really didn't. He had to stay out to have a chance. But tonight he was one of the top 3 or 4 cars. I mean, once Irwin fell back, he really couldn't make it back. But between him, Belky, and who was the other one up there? Jeffrey Smith was up there. Caseper was up there for a while. But I mean, just good speed, and I mean, an insane pit call.
Yeah, it was. That was be interesting to ask him if he'd be willing to trade his secrets of how he was saving so much fuel compared to everybody else. As we saw Smith, I believe, run out of fuel air at the end, and everybody else pitted for a splash. And Zapata was able to keep it.
Take a look at our final results here. Javier Zapata, Fatal Motorsports, going to finish in first, 2/10 over Austin Belky in second. Third, Jeffrey Smith. Fourth, Jonathan Casebeer. Charles Irwin got stuck a lap down, pitting. The caution came out. Sixth, Kevin Stanley Jr. Seventh, Evan Mueller. Eighth, Sean LeGrave. And ninth, Jay LeGrave.
That was a fun race. Only 3 cautions for the whole race, and what's a crazy stat I'm looking at here at the end of the race? We only had 2 lead changes.
Really?
Only 2.
It felt like a lot more. I guess a lot of the battles, to be honest, were happening for second. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, a lot of them for second, third, but then third and fourth. Yeah, only 2 lead changes for the whole field, with an average lap time of 25.48 or 4.58.
Something I'm seeing. These guys are talking already in their Discord about the fuel. It seems like everybody filled the car up, and it might have just came down to driving style.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of figuring, but we do have Zapata and Smith waiting for interviews. Let's go ahead and get them.
Let's see. We'll jump up to them.
That's good. Alrighty, Smith, your third place finisher. Do we have you?
Yeah, buddy, go ahead.
So take us through your strategy for the race. As I think you sputtered out of fuel there at that green-white checkered caution.
No, I had enough. I was just throwing a Hail Mail in there, and it didn't work. I was hoping maybe having a little bit fresher rights, I'd be able to get by those guys a little quicker and have something for them. But I severely miscalculated and blew it.
Yeah, so it
Well,
seems like
luck.
a lot of
Okay.
guys were like short on fuel, even though everybody took fuel at the same time. Do you want to kind of explain what was? Do you know what was going on?
I have no idea. I think me and Javi pitted about the same time, and I know Javi said after the race he had point 0.2 left, so I would that's about what I was gonna have left in a tank, and that was I mean even following Irwin for a while, trying to save a little bit there. Uh, I think maybe even I had half a gallon left, maybe. I mean, I wasn't gonna have much, or half a lap. I
Mm.
wasn't gonna have much, but I threw a Hail Mary, thought maybe I could get some fresh tires and go with it, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, you ended up, I think, getting stuck at the back of the field. Did you come down during closed pit, or what happened there?
No, well, with the caution and I got the EOL, and
Ah,
so that's kind of what made me think to come down too. I was like, man, I'm already going to be in the back. Let's go,
all right.
get some tires and see what happens. And
So it
yeah,
seemed
it
like,
it happens.
what was it, that halfway part of the race, you really found something. For a while there, you were the fastest car on track by about 2 tenths, and that's when you started catching the leader of Zapata, and then he really started picking it up. I mean, did you find something, or were you just better on the long run?
I honestly have no clue. About the middle of that run, the car just started doing everything I wanted. I started following I started following Charles for a little bit and kind of seeing what he was doing, and then adjusted off of that. Plus, after that first stop, we kind of compared tires, and I had about 20% more than those guys did left. So I knew I wasn't driving nearly hard enough. So that helped a lot.
And that is kind of the magic of short track racing. Is how much tire wear can you save compared to everybody else. Well, alrighty. Well, believe we are at Slinger Speedway next week. What are your thoughts on that?
I have not turned a lap there. I actually thought that was tonight, and I was nervous, and I came down to my rig to by the track, and then I realized, oh, we're at IRP this week, and I thought, oh, okay, I've turned more laps there. I think between there and here and Five Flags is probably the most laps I've turned on the service. So um, I knew I had a chance. I don't know about Slinger. The only time I've ever even seen Slinger was in the SRX games. So.
Mm.
With it being as banked as it is, I think we can keep some momentum, but it's gonna burn that right front off. So we're gonna have to find out who can save it.
Oh yeah, well, we're looking forward to see you racing next week, and good job on the third place. You got any shoutouts?
Yeah, my wife and kids, as always. Aspen, I don't think she watched. I didn't get the link out to her in time. Um, yeah, base trucking, capturing a moment by Liz. I'm actually gonna do something a little different next year on the real life car, and we're gonna do Mission 22. So go check those guys out. It's Veteran Suicide Awareness. Um, it's a really really good cause.
Some great shoutouts from you. Um,
And you guys for the great broadcasts,
yeah,
and Charles for the league. Like I say this every week, but I really like these guys. I think we're having a lot of fun. I think everybody's growing pretty quick.
yeah, and tonight I did try something a little different. I tried instead of 1080p, we're in 1440p tonight. If anyone really cares about that, but tried it out. Hopefully it looks all right, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
I appreciate it, guys.
All right, that was our third place finisher, Jeffrey Smith. Now we got Austin Belkey finishing position in front. We got you.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Hey, seemed like you were one of the top three cars on speed tonight. Just kind of got stuck in traffic, and seemed hard to pass. I mean, just like Stafford, but this seemed like you could run different lanes compared to Stafford, but still seemed really hard to pass.
Yeah, you could run different lanes, but it was really hard to time the pass, especially with this place being kind of a top dominant track. But the way to build speed is you had to arc it into the corner. That's what everybody was doing. So it made it really narrow, especially when you entered the corner. And it was just difficult to find a different line that you could get to work.
Yes, I saw a lot of people doing that, and that's kind of the best way to, I believe, save tires on these short 3/4 mile tracks. But what was the dirty air affect y'all any out there tonight, or was it kind of just not turn the wheel as much to not burn off the right front?
Honestly, I was trying to save my tires as much as I could, running a comfortable pace, and that's why eventually I ran down Javi and Jonathan, and I got to him, and I was able to get past Jonathan at one point, and I was kind of just stalking Javi, and then I saw Jeffrey kind of creeping up to him, so I was like, hey, maybe I didn't save as much tire as I thought, because I was driving what I thought was comfortable, and I wasn't getting any close to Javier, and then at some point, Javier started to pull away from me. I'm like, all right, maybe I didn't save as much tire at all. And then Jeffrey and Javier kind of just gapped me like nobody's business. And then I kind of looked at the fuel and I went, hold on, maybe I might run out. So I started clutching the thing to just get a couple laps of extra fuel. And I don't know if I'd have had enough for that green-white checkered at the end. So I had to pit for sure.
Yeah, I was watching it happen. You and Zapata were the fastest on track, and then all of a sudden, Jeffrey Smith started putting down the absolute heaters and caught you guys. And then I think that's kind of when you realized I noticed you let him by, and I was like, these guys are short on fuel a little bit, because there's no way you would have given up that second place position that easy.
No, for sure. Kind of got up there and I realized, well, if Jeffrey's faster than me, maybe he and Javier can race side by side, and I might be able to get through the middle or do something after that. But yeah, as soon as he got to my inside, I said, I won't fight him because I'm already kind of short on fuel. I wanted to make sure I had enough in the tank in case we had a green-white checkered, or, heaven forbid the fuel calculator is wrong, because it has been before. That's why a lot of guys, Jonathan especially, said he ran out or needed to pit again by the end. Is sometimes the iRacing fuel calculator just isn't as perfect as you'd want it to be. So I just started clutching it, trying to save as much fuel. And I lost a lot of time. It wouldn't have done anything for me, hindsight being 2020, but I had to try something.
Alrighty, do you have any shouts for us tonight?
Yeah, the good Lord, my parents, my amazing fiance, everyone for racing in the lead, the guys who put this thing on, all the admins do a fantastic job, and you guys do a top-notch broadcast, so thank you guys a lot for that.
Yeah, well, thank
you. And that is your second place finisher. And Javier Zapata, do we have you, your first place finisher?
Got you loud and clear.
Alrighty, well, talk us through the race. It looked like you basically kind of had all the speed tonight, and once you got to the front, never gave it back up.
Yeah, it was a tough one actually, because about halfway through the race, I think I passed. I think it was Jeffrey for the lead, but I kind of burned my tires a little bit, so I had to take it a little bit slower thereafter. And then I realized that I wasn't going to make it on fuel. I was like 0.2 or something like that, with like a lot of laps left, and I just started like easing a lot into the entry of the corners. And that kind of worked because I was running like a really high line, so I was just lifting off like way early. But then, either Jeffrey or Austin were catching up to me, and I was like, okay, I gotta, turn it up a little bit, and then just turn it back a little bit, and turn it up a little bit. So, and then when that last caution came out, that was not good, because I was gonna make it till the laps that the race was going to be, the overtime. So I stayed out. That was just, I didn't know what was going to happen. And every time one of those pace laps ended, I was like looking at the fuel gauge, and it was like 0.6 and 0.8, and then it come back to 0.4. I was like, I don't think I'm going to make it. But then we went to green. I kind of did the same, took a lower line, and it kind of made it work. So yeah, happy about that.
And I gotta ask you, are you a driver or are you a crew chief after the last 2 weeks? I mean, just the no pit calls they're working for you.
Well, if you remember when I was racing in the other league, with Jade and the others. I wasn't really good at this. I was like saving fuel. I lost a lot of races with that, so I've kind of been practicing a little bit. No crew chief, no driver. Just doing a lot of time on the sim sometimes, and yeah, just getting a little bit better with those fuel strategies. Today was really a Hail Mary. I didn't think with the overtime I was gonna make it. I said, worst case, I'll finish, fourth or something. But I'm not here for the championship. I'm here for the wins right now. So yeah, I kind of took a shot at it, and it worked.
Yeah, well, congratulations, man. 2 weeks in a row, right?
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, all right. Well, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, just my wife. She's just watching some of these races. Eduardo, too, if you're watching. And again, to you guys, great broadcast. Always watch it afterwards. And to Charles for putting this together.
Yeah, well, thank you for putting on a great show. Hillman, you got anything else?
No, I think that's all for me.
All right, well, have a good night, Javier, and we'll see you next week.
You too. Thank you, guys.
All right, well, that was our top 3. You got any takeaways from tonight, Hillman? A great race.
Oh, great race. Brilliant pitch strategies we got to watch tonight, and brilliant tire wear strategies for the end there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more interesting to see who is the fastest next week, because tire wear is going to be even more of a big deal at Slinger Speedway.
And I don't have the points tonight, but I'll have them next week. I know Matt McDonald was our points leader, and I think Irwin was catching him. But Irwin didn't have the best tonight.
Irwin actually did pass.
Yeah, he did pass him, that's right.
McDonald after last week.
But, 2 new guys, first and second, that should pad Charles Irwin just a little bit. I don't remember who was third, but Jeffrey Smith. So he's going to gain a couple points there. We'll have to look at it next week. But the points should get pretty interesting heading into, I think we're just past the halfway point, or at the halfway point of the season.
This would tonight marked week 6, so this would be halfway.
Yeah, so halfway through, points getting close. New drivers here, some drivers from the beginning not here. Matt McDonald, not sure where he is, but hope he can make it back. But a good season so far, and I've been glad to have you up here in the booth for the last half of the first half.
Oh yeah, it's been enjoying myself. These guys are awesome. Give us some great race on the call. Can't ask for much better.
Yep. Well, we'll head to Slinger next week, and that's gonna do it here from MC Motorsports Broadcasting. I've been Michael Matta. That's been Alex Hillman, and we'll see you guys next